Welcome to Coaching for Change. I'm Fran Maxwell, and I am the founder and managing director of Sankofa Leadership. In this episode of Coaching for Change, we're going to explore the value of effective collaboration, because collaboration is how we multiply our efforts and increase our impact. It's how we make our hard work feel lighter. It's how we go further, faster, without the burnout, and how we build things together that we simply could not build alone. So if you want to stop guessing and start collaborating, stay tuned. This is the video for you. I want to be clear that real collaboration is more than about just being nice or showing up with good intentions. It's about alignment, it's about clarity, it's about knowing who does what, how decisions are made, and how support is offered. And when collaboration breaks down, it's usually not because people don't care. It's because expectations weren't clear, power wasn't named, and roles were left vague. We assume that we're on the same page until something shows up to let us know that we indeed are not. So I'd like to tell you all a little story that I think will help illustrate this perfectly from my own experience. I remember back in 2019, if you could just go back with me in your mind, you remember what the world was like in 2019, don't you, pre-2020? Well, I happened to roll across my dream job at that time in 2019. I was gonna get to travel the country, training people, talking, inspiring people, encouraging people. And then about 6 months later, everything shut down. And I went from being a part of a small but mighty training team to being the training team. I was facilitating sessions, designing, managing, coaching a team of consultants, all while building a new learning model from scratch. It was exciting, but it was also unsustainable. So in that situation, I did what we are all told to do. I asked for support. So I said, hey, I need some help. I need backup. This project is a bit big for me to get my arms around. And when I made the ask, I felt good about advocating for my needs, but what I was met with was encouragement. I got statements like, we believe in you. But what I did not get was a shift in the way that our team collaborated. I don't know if any of you have ever had that experience where you felt like you're on a team, but maybe they're not helping you work in a way that helps you get to the goals that are important for your work. After all, that's what collaboration is all about. Co-labor, working together. Co meaning with, labor meaning work, to work with someone. I want you to think about a time when you asked for support and instead you received encouragement. You received a high five, you received a pat on the back, you received that tried and sometimes untrue adage of, you got this. When indeed, I know I've had moments where I've looked and said, no, I don't have it. Don't leave me alone, help, I need help. But I did not know how to ask for the help that I needed. And that's where person-centered collaboration comes in. Because while I asked for support, my team gave me more alignment. They wanted to make sure that we were on the same page, that what my work was doing was gonna land where their work needed it to land. What I really needed was partnership. What I really needed was person-centered collaboration. Here at Sankofa, when we say something is person-centered, what we really mean is that it starts with listening. Listening not to respond and fix, but listening to understand what is really needed. It means letting go of the urge to jump to a solution and instead pivot or adapt my approach and the things that I'm doing in order to meet the moment, to meet the need of the person or the teammate that I'm working with. Whether you're coaching your clients or you're supporting colleagues or even leading a team, collaboration must also be person-centered. It requires the courage to pause, to tune in and respond with what the moment actually calls for and not just what we had planned. In our work, we've seen collaboration show up in 3 different levels, and each of them serves a different purpose. So I want to go over these 3 levels with you. The first one is alignment. Alignment is the most basic level. It is the entry level of collaboration. Alignment is when people stay informed, share updates, and stay loosely connected, but they are still working independent. I know that my part of the train is going to connect with your part of the train at some point, but never the two shall meet. Everyone stays in their own lane in alignment. And so we're working individually toward a collective goal. Alignment is great when you're checking in with a client and you're building trust, because what I need to know in this level of collaboration is that I can count on you to do what you said that you were going to do. but it is a surface level of collaboration, and that's okay. The second level of collaboration is partnership. Partnership is where responsibility is shared. People are coordinating tasks, we're setting timelines together, and we are also making decisions together. Partnership is a little deeper because now we're talking about getting through the obstacles together. In alignment, I'm working through whatever my obstacles are on my own. Then I'm coming back to you and saying, this is what I figured out. Whereas in partnership, I'm working through my obstacles with you, and we are deciding how we'll get over it, separate from the fact that I may have tasks that I have to do on my own. Partnership is a little deeper. Partnership is now about us co-creating. In alignment, it wasn't about co-creation. It was about coordination. In partnership, it is now about making sure that the decisions that I make match with the decisions that you make. Now, they're not just your problem or my problem, they're our problem. The thing that we have to work through together, the decisions that we have to make together, the plan that we put together. In partnership, you're working with someone to imagine new paths. All right, and finally, the third level of collaboration is synergy. Now, this is the one that gets people excited. This is the one that everyone thinks of when we think collaboration. Synergy is that high level of collaboration where now we've got all of our juices flowing and we're having beautiful brainstorming meetings and people are all excited and we're creating new things and we're working together and everything is just clicking. This is when, as a team, we've locked in, as the kids would say. Synergy is great, but it is not required for all types of collaboration. As a matter of fact, we can't even get to synergy unless we pay attention to the first two levels of collaboration, which is alignment and partnership, because this is where trust is created and this is where the relationship is deepened. That allows for us to have that true, authentic, and transformative connection that comes at the level of synergy. Now, here's the thing. I want to warn you. I want to give you a fair warning. It is tempting to always want to work at the level of synergy, but I want to let you know that there are so many benefits that come from active and intentional alignment and really honing in on your ability to partner with other people. Partnership and alignment are key to having those high level, high vibrational sessions where we're all locked in and working together. So sometimes alignment is enough. Sometimes partnership is all you really need. So you need to be clear about what type of collaboration is needed and not so stuck on giving the type of collaboration that you feel most comfortable with. That's what makes something truly person-centered. So you might be saying, Fran, this is all great, wonderful, I want to collaborate, woo, let's do it, but how do I get started? Well, I'm glad you asked that because I'm not going to give you 3 points in a poem. I'm not going to give you 16 steps to being a better collaborator. It's just two things I want you to focus on, just two things. The first thing is I want you to start by asking more powerful questions than you make assumptions. Pavlov said, assumptions are the windows through which we see the world. If you want a clear picture, wipe them off from time to time. And the best way to wipe off your assumptions is to ask a question. What better way to know what type of help or support someone needs than to get it straight from them? You can ask someone, what type of support do you need? Do you need for me to align and coordinate with you on how we get tasks done? Should we partner and think about the problems that we're facing and how we'll address them? By giving people these options, it helps them more clearly identify the type of support that they need from you. And I would even say more importantly, it helps you not to overpromise and overextend yourself because you have things that you need to do as well. The second thing that you can do to immediately become a better collaborator is to be open to learning something new from the response to the question that you just asked. A lot of times we ask questions waiting to hear the confirmation of the thing that we thought would be the answer. I know that you've heard that before, but until you are honing in on the way that you're thinking as you're talking and having conversations with folks, you'll never realize how much your brain is pre-scripting the answer. So here's something I want you to try. The next time you ask someone a question, especially if you're prone to breaking in, try my little trick where I sit on my hands for 8 seconds. I hold the silence for 8 seconds and wait to see if that person needed more time to process the answer that they're thinking about. Try that and let me know how it works. Leave us a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to be here with you, sharing what we've learned from our over 20 years of experience in the human services field. Listen, this isn't the end. We have even more things to share with you. Head over to our website at www.sankofaleadership.com. Also, plan on joining us for the live recording of Coaching for Change every second Wednesday of the month. This is our lunchtime live. So whether you're a coach, you're a leader, or you just want to get better at helping other people reach their goals, join us. There's no camera required, so bring your lunch and come reflect with us. Check the description box below to click the link to register for that. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.